So, hello everyone, and welcome back to Sports Today. We have a big breaking news when it comes to the world of football transfers, and it's one that, truth be told, had been rumored for quite some time, but there was no movement, and well, it was a pretty complicated issue. But before we get into what exactly was so complicated about it, well, the breaking news update for you is that FC Barcelona have now announced the signing of Ilkay Gundogan. Now, they had been linked to Gundogan, who's of course the German midfielder who had for the past few years been playing for Manchester City for quite some time, but there was no guarantee that a deal would get done due to one very simple reason. That is because Manchester City were very keen, obviously, to keep Gundogan at the club. Multiple reasons for that. He was, of course, their club captain, very experienced player, someone who in recent times also developed a reputation of scoring some absolutely clutch goals, getting them plenty of, let's say, match-winning goals, which actually not just won them match, but also won them titles. You remember the 2021-22 season, he ended up scoring a couple of crucial goals on the final day against Aston Villa to ensure that Liverpool wouldn't be winning the title, but that City would be the ones lifting the trophy. He was also the one who scored a really quick goal during their FA Cup final match this year, which of course helped them win the FA Cup and eventually the treble. But it's a massive steal of a signing, really, when you're looking at it for Barcelona, due to the very simple reason that it is, in essence, on a free transfer. Yes, Gundogan's contract had run out. The club had confirmed as much when they were talking about a few weeks back when they had released the list of players that they've retained for next year, as well as those who would be out of contract. Gundogan's name was, in fact, on that list of the players who were being released, because his contract technically comes to an end on June 31st. However, the club had also made it clear that they were still in negotiations for trying to get a deal done with him, because it's obvious they wanted him to stay back. He's a pretty valued member of the club. They saw that value and they wanted to keep him, but the allure of playing for Barcelona just turned out to be a bit much for, of course, Gundogan. He chose instead to sign for the Culers, and that's a pretty massive coup, really, for Barcelona. Remember, they are coming off a pretty good season themselves. They won, of course, the La Liga for the first time in 4 years. They ended up making it to the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey as well. Unfortunate, of course, in that regard that they didn't really make much progress in the European competitions. But bringing in a player like Gundogan to, in essence, replace Sergio Busquets, who they, of course, have now released as well. He'll be joining Inter Miami to be playing alongside Lionel Messi. So that's a pretty good deal, especially when you consider that right now Barcelona's midfield is more potential than it is proven players. So you have the likes of Gavi, you have the likes of Pedri, who are coming through. But beyond that, you need a little bit of experience, steal, some match-winning know-how. That is exactly what Ilkay Gundogan brings to them. And that's the breaking news update for you guys. Ilkay Gundogan, the captain of Manchester City, or at least until recently was the captain of Manchester City and was their skipper when they became only the second English side to win a treble, has now joined Barcelona on a free transfer. Massive coup for, of course, Barcelona. Bit of a blow for City, but I'm sure they'll be able to manage just fine. They do have plenty of midfield options that they can call upon, even if they choose not to sign someone, which at this point seems very unlikely. They'll, of course, want to replace someone like Gundogan. The sooner they can, the better. That's it. That's the breaking news update for you guys. Thank you all for joining us. If you enjoy our work, please don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Download the SportsTech app as well. Plus, if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos that we've done. But for now, from my side, it's goodbye.